3. I think that's still Baker Street. I was trying to do Turn the Page. Oh, that resolve was not the right. Okay, what is up, everybody? Hi, my name is Sebastian. Welcome to the Galactic Seabass Podcast, episode number 86. Get your kicks on 86. Right here on the Galactic Seabass channel with me, Sebastian, your host, now, forever, and always. Some people call me Seabass, and you're more than welcome to join the club. Now, thank you very much for being here today in this little impromptu episode. We don't really have a whole lot planned. First of all, to you guys all a happy holiday season. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa. Whatever holiday you celebrate, I hope you're having a good time, and this episode will air just a few days before Christmas, so I hope I'll have a Merry Christmas with your family. And I got into a fight with my mom last week, and I don't know if I'll be going up to Vegas. Most likely that will be just, the holidays are stressful for family times, I feel like, if you're not just super loaded. Once money gets involved and you have to feel like you have to give something, and you're, I don't know, it gets stressful. It's not fun all the time. So I love my mom with all my heart, but we got in a little fight, and so I hope she knows that I love her, and I would still like to come up for Christmas. Just, I don't know. Sometimes we're like oil and water, and it's hard to be able to work that out. But we've always worked it out. I'm 31 years old, and she's always had my back. Even though we've had our tough times over the years. So I love you, Mom, and appreciate you. She's one of the few people who watches every episode. So I just want to say, for tuning in. And happy Merry Christmas to the rest of you guys, too. I want to give a huge shout out to Mario over at the Phone Zone at 2984 Yamaka Road in El Cajon. You can reach them at Phone Zone Wireless, 619-660-8001. Now, this fella Mario over there a few weeks ago, he helped me get my phone all cleaned out, nice and beautiful, to the point where I could actually use chargers, and it didn't have for 20 minutes to get it to charge, and he gave me a discount. Super cool dude. And then you go back, and I believe it's episode 79. It's the Halloween episode of the Galactic Seabass Podcast. Go back to 45 minutes into the episode, and you can watch me hold a pumpkin, and my pumpkin basically knocked over my drink that was right here, and it landed on the table, and my laptop was right here. And I didn't know this was happening for a good 20 seconds. So by the time I finally realized that my laptop was soaking in liquid, it was too late. And then over the course of the next week, it kind of just the battery retained less and less and less, and then it just wouldn't turn on. I got a new charger, thought that was the problem. Wasn't the problem. So I took it back to Mario, and I thought it was just going to be a new battery. It wasn't a battery. Turns out the motherboard had corrosion on it, and he had to do some kind of circuit transfer thing. Anyway, end of the day, thanks to Mario, we got a laptop, and it works. It's not even plugged in right now, and it's on. I'm so grateful. This week, I've learned a lot about being grateful and just appreciating all the little things in life. So I want to say thank you to Mario for helping me get my laptop back, and I've been able to get so much work done on this thing since, and we're trying to work out this whole trip to bike across America next year, and now I actually have the ability to put together a little and look at some maps and kind of get deep into it, and I'm excited to see what sort of comes out of it. If you would like to help support the journey, we'll be biking from San Diego to New York. For some reason in my head, I keep saying February 25th. That's the date that I keep in my head. 2/25/25. We'll set off across America. And probably late May, we'll end up in New York City riding a BMX bike. The goal is to raise enough money to buy a whole bunch of bikes for kids who wouldn't be able to afford otherwise, because that was me when I was younger, and by golly, that bike changed the course of my life. So I think this would be a really cool endeavor, but we have to put together the financial where I can leave, because I can't just abandon all my stuff here for 2 months and not have it all taken care of. And I don't have any booked gigs yet, and I'm looking at all these comedians who have shows lined up through next June, and they're booked all the way. I might have missed a crucial opportunity to do that. So this might just be more of a biking trip, and I'll just stand up on my own, and we'll see where we could end up. If we just have to figure that all out. Maybe once it gets kind of going and develops a little bit of momentum, then we can use that to further it to getting booked onto gigs with real people, and draw some people to shows and whatnot. and that's it. Excuse me. And where are we right now? I'm just sitting in my email. Forgot how to do this. Okay, so we are on YouTube now. Let's tune in because we are going live. All right, rock and roll. We're here live on the Galactic Seabass Podcast, episode 86. One person is what means that I will be person number 2. Rock and roll. Thanks for tuning in. If you have anything to say in the chat box, again, if you want to shoot me an email with like some questions or blah 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 blah. What's it called? If you want to just reach out to me, have something read on the internet. I've asked this probably 70 times now, and no one's emailed me. So I'm ready for one day to get an email from somebody who needs some advice, has a question, or just wants to tell a funny story. Let's do it together, because I believe that will be how this thing grows, and I want to interact with you guys and have it be like a everybody wins situation. Less about what I did throughout the week and more about what's possible in the world. I want to be selfish when I do this thing. I want to make it for you guys. So it just takes me starting it to do it. So you have to be a little bit selfish in that regard. So I have things I need to do with my time right now. There's 17 different options, and I chose to be here and make this video for you guys because I love ya and I appreciate you tuning in. Rock and roll. We've been doing some comedy this week. We are up to 622 sets. We filled up a whole page in the our new version of the joke Bible, which I left over there, and I could probably go up and get it. It's super easy. Hey, Ollie boy. Shout out to my dog and my cat. I also very much, and I'm grateful for you guys. Thanks for being here today. Rock and roll. 7 minutes into episode 86. I really don't think this will last longer than like 20-30 minutes, but that's just where we're at. So what the new full page of the set tracker looks like. This is sets 460 through 620. It's pretty crazy. And we're keeping good track. So now we have a new little page that we started. Starting off that with 621. And then in theory we fit about 114 sets on that new one. So got this bad boy. And it's going to fill up. I'm excited. You know, just keep going. We'll be at 1,000 before we know it. Maybe within like, I don't know, 3 years. Maybe 3.5 years or something. We could rock out a set a day for the next year. I guess we could hit 1,000. That could be a good goal. By the end of 2025, do 1,000 sets. Sounds pretty awesome. I like that. New goal. All right. Write down the goals. That's how they become plans of action. All right. 1,000 sets by 12/31/2020. All right, cool. Rock and roll. Speaking of rock and roll, we went out and played some drums this week. On Wednesday, we hopped over to the Ocean Beach Christmas tree, and we were jamming out there for a bit, doing some fun little holiday tunes, and also a lot of super heavy metal, and that was super fun. We're getting back in the groove, and made like, I don't know, $50 on Wednesday, and then today I went out to go set up again by the rock and by the tree, and there was already a band set up, so I had a choice of going to Pacific Beach and going on the boardwalk, which might have been like a call, but I ended up going to Sunset Cliffs, where I haven't been in forever. And there's always this one where they're having weddings and stuff or whatever. It's a beautiful little outlook, and I thought I would try it there. It was actually really fun. The only thing was I can't see any of the audience when I'm playing. I'm just looking out at the water and the cliffs, and it's beautiful. And I turned around and there's 40 people there, you know, woo! And that was kind of neat. So we only ended up making like $30, but it was still fun. And we got to play drums, and nobody showed up, so that was a good time. Not even any neighbors that were upset. I'm very grateful for that. So now the car is all empty. We got the drums put away, all safe and sound, so I can go back to being a driver. That's why we got our coffee. And we're ready to rock and roll, baby. Yeah, I'm just definitely short on cash, so I need to go back to work as soon as possible. And there's a little open mic over at Quantum Brewing, so I think I'll drive over there and do a quick little 3-5 minutes. We have a 15-minute set tomorrow at the Yellowtown. If you want to stop by for that, please do. That is going to be a really special little set. It's the first time that I'm on the poster. I've been working there since July, and finally got approved through the booker to get on an official showcase. And yeah, I'm among a bunch of really fun comics, and it should be a nice little time. Saturday night downtown, Christmas weekend. I can only imagine it's going to be a super fun. Please stop by Saturday night and catch me. And then most likely next week I'll be driving to Vegas. So why are your feet wet, Andy? You got wet feet. You just jumped right on me. How do you even have... You're a cat. Why are you even near to the... Very interesting. Cool little donation we got this week while we were drumming was this little kind of sacred Indian little thing. It's got a Vishnu on it and like a happy little lady. And I believe the lady who made it, this is her jewelry page, so check it out. There you go. Give a little shout out to the lady. Thank you. Jewelry. Appreciate that. Official Ocean Beach. Verver Shop. BK Printing. Valkyrie Yoga. Valkyrie Yoga sounds awesome. Sounds sweaty. All right. Well, we are rocking and we're rolling. Let's see what we wrote down on our little list of 4 things. A plane's going overhead, so we can do a quick official cheers to my friend Vero over at the 76. I want to give a big special shout out to that lady because if you're a fan of the podcast, you would know that last week my TV burnt out. It's the very first time in my life I had the bed just burn out. It won't turn on. It turns on, but the screen just stays pitch black. So that TV is kaput, and the lack of a TV really affected the way that I go about my day-to-day. I love a late-night movie before I go to sleep, and I realized I didn't have that anymore. So Vero to just give me a whole little TV. It's a beautiful little flat screen, 30-inch. It's and the other one for sure, but just to have a TV, I'm reminded of how grateful I am for that. So thank you, Vero, very, very much. And we've used it to watch a few movies this week. We actually watched some movies. So let's talk about them real quick. We watched Carry On. It was one film on Netflix in America for a couple days. And honestly, don't really know why. It was cool. Jason Bateman playing a bad guy with long hair. Yeah, it was cool. It was like it was interesting, the way they like made him do throughout the day. But then the ending really threw me off because the whole time he's talking about this is like the deadliest thing ever. And then he just spikes it like a football. And it just go watch it. Go watch it. Let me know what you think of it. I'm going to give Carry On a 10 because it was entertaining for the first bit, but the ending really just threw me off and that was ridiculous. So we had to switch it up and watch something new. And we watched The Dead Don't Die, featuring Adam Driver, Bill Murray, and honestly a pretty fun. Let's see. There was Selena Gomez. There was. Oh, don't do this to me. Oh, I got his name on the tip of my tongue. Oh man, it's gonna eat me alive. Donald Glover. There we go. Boom. Take it. Yeah, it was pretty fun. It was like a zombie movie, sort of, kind of, and Adam kept breaking the fourth wall, but like not enough where everybody realizes that they're breaking it, and then by the end they totally broke it and they flipped the script on what you thought was about to go, and they skipped on a couple pretty like crucial little moments in the plot, but it was a fun watch through and through. They had like dusty zombies. They had like a Kill Bill coroner. I enjoyed watching that, honestly. I had a good time. I liked it. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 for The Dead Don't Die. Probably the funniest little part of it is probably halfway through. This doesn't really play, but they're listening to the song for the first time, and you heard it when the movie started, and then the opening credits, and they're in the car and listening to it on the radio, and he's like, this sounds so familiar. And Adam goes, yeah, it's the theme song. And they don't really acknowledge it, but in hindsight, it's just, yeah, it's a very silly film. I liked watching it. Good little zombie movie. And they tell you what's going to happen throughout it. So when it ends, don't get too upset because they warned you. I liked it. Bill Murray, those guys who just plays Bill Murray in every movie. It's like Ryan Reynolds or, those are probably the two best examples of a guy who plays the same guy every time. And yeah, it was a perfect for him. I liked it. That was fun. Enjoyed it. A lot of little quirky little moments. So that's all the movies we watched. Started Project Power and I fell asleep. It was cool. It was I don't have that much desire to finish it. I probably will just to like know what happens for my own mental health. But yeah, it was alright. We'll give you when we watch the movie. That is a plane going overhead. Lots of planes, which means people are flying in and out for the holidays. There's definitely work to be done. So that'll be cool. We'll figure that out. Get to it when it's time. You may notice the thumbnail of this video is actually where I was playing the drums tonight. And I always want to take that picture. Forget it by the time I'm home. And I'm glad I remembered to do it today. That was cool. Oh, people are talking in the comments. Oh, snap. Forward to hearing more details on the logistics of the BMX trip. Very good point. So, yeah, right now we're basically trying to figure out where we'll start. My buddy Chris from SD Wheelworks is going to take the first leg of me. It's like the first week. It'll probably be a 3-month expedition, but that is like 1/12 of the trip. So I imagine we'll go from here to Phoenix, and then from Phoenix to New York. Just have to figure out. Excuse me. Woo! Felt that one coming. I thought I could block it, but I could not block it. Hey, Dark Hills, Seabass, how you been, brother? I've been good, thank you very much, man. Oh, I'm excited about the BMX trip, man. That's probably what, like, it's the cultivation of all my stuff over the years, from moving here to ride bikes, to making music, to making this YouTube channel, to making videos, to making a documentary, to making all kinds of things along the way, just building up this sort of social repertoire, and then finally finding stand-up comedy. Just a couple years ago, but that's changed the course of my life, and I've done over 6 sets. I have a 15-minute set tomorrow night. Like, I'm ready to rock and roll. If I could do 15 minutes across America, I could grow so much as a comedian in 3 months. It was equivalent of years and years and years of going to open mics here. I want to see the different kinds of people, they react to, like, my jokes. Some are lighter, some are darker, trying to, like, find my niche and my way and speak my voice. And you know, I feel like I have something to say, so it's just about having something to say that other people, you know, can gravitate towards, and not only that, but like give them a little bit of laughter too, so you can help them get through the day a little bit easier. Just give them that little giggle they can think about every once in a while. There's so many jokes that people over the years, whether I saw it in person or on TV, and they just sit dormantly up in the old brain, and every once in a while you just think about it, and it's like, it's funny. Give it the old Jim Brewer laugh. Long live paint. Anyway, yeah. Wow, that's everything I wrote down. I did not write a lot of things down this week. We're only 20 minutes episode. We're only 20 minutes into episode 86. Good Lord. But the thing is, we're here. We're doing that, and I'm excited for this trip coming up. Yeah. So let's see. We got 11 days left in December, and then that would mean there's 30 days for April, June, and November. So there's 31 days in January. So that's 42 days until it's February. And then 25 days until February 25th. That's 67 days. 67. Let's write that down. Okay. All right. 67 days until February 25th. 25. All right, cool. So we need to raise $6,000 in 60 days. I don't know how to do it. I have no idea what I'm doing. Part of me wants to buy lotto tickets. I don't think that's a good idea. I think that's a bad idea. So I have to find another way to do it. I might start doing the surfing dad jokes again, see if I could bring those back, because that actually had some pretty good trajectory as far as making videos, having them naturally shared and stuff, just dad jokes while surfing a bike. Yeah, because the thing is, I'm trying to get people to check out the profile, and I don't want to give up all my stand-up material on the internet, because if you come see me and you already heard all my jokes, then that's silly. Been on new stuff, and I appreciate you guys very much for the support. You know, I mean, it means a lot to have people watch these videos and tune in, and like, help support financially. If you would like to help support the channel, there's several options too down below. There's a direct GoFundMe link, bike trip that we're trying to take. We got our Venmo, our Cashapp, just trying to, like get through day to day. And once we raise enough money, we're going to go to New York City on a BMX bicycle, and it's going to be absolutely insane. So big shout out to Jay and Oreo for completing their journey. They did it in 76 days. Wow. And it's 67 days until that day. That's the opposite. 6s and 7s by Queens of the Stone Age, man. Great sound. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So planning on having a comedy show at SD Wheelworks in mid-February, help raise some money. I already have a few comics already lined up for that, so we're on a date, and then go ahead and sell some tickets, get that on like event stuff, make a poster. Go back to being an Uber for a little bit tonight, try to make some cash. We're gonna go do a little open mic, get ready for this little show tomorrow. We'll do set 623 tonight, and then tomorrow is 624. It's pretty cool. I like that. 624. Those are all denominators of 2. And I like 2 a lot. I like the number 11 and 1 and 1 put together 2. And anyway, that's welcome to my brain. It's kind of crazy. It's pretty much how it works. But that's it. So yeah, February 25th. I really want to make this trip happen, and need to make a little video for it. I have so many like 17 different accounts, and maybe I should just go work at Office Space till I die. I don't think that's what was meant for me, but I mean, to get older and like still have these crazy ambitions. But I think that's just kind of you have to do it. I've always been a very unique individual, and I've said this several times now, but somebody told me this trip to bike across America is the most Seabass idea I had, and I love the idea of that because it very much is pretty much the ultimate Seabass idea. It's nuts. I realized that it was inspired by another gentleman, but sometimes that's what it takes. Inspiration comes from the best, and like without inspiration, there wouldn't be art. So just appreciate life, and I want to go see country, this beautiful country, and I'm curious how many tubes it will actually take to cross. I got an offer from Haro, like the real Haro BMX. I want to get involved and help out, so they're gonna chuck in some tubes. I'm just curious how many tubes it would take to ride 3,300 miles. Like if they're solid tubes, we could gel them too, and then it's like a little bit heavier, but the tube would be more long lasting. I'm very curious how this is all gonna go. I have no brakes. Just gonna be some big hills. I might have to end up burning a couple pairs of shoes, and if we burn out the shoe, I can't ride barefoot. So it's kind of there's the only real things I can think that I really need for the trip, really need, is a new phone case, like an OtterBox that will survive the rain, because my phone right now in the case will not survive. So I need an OtterBox, and 2, a phone mount that I can put on my handlebars so that I can still surf the bike and ride the bike and live stream while I'm riding and talk to people. And that's pretty much it. I'm ready to rock that thing right now. One of the hubs is, I would take that out now if I had the resources to go on this trip. I'm telling you right now, somebody just donates 10 grand and we get all the money put together, I will leave immediately. So let's just figure this out. It's probably better that I put a date on it. But if you would like to help support, check out the GoFundMe. There's some more information there. And so right now we have SD Wheelworks and Haro BMX involved. We are moving up the ladder. Things are working out with Fiend right now. We got a few things in the works. I should have said that. You know what? Never mind. Okay, anyway, moving on. So check it out. February 25th, we will be biking across America. It'll be dope. All support is genuinely appreciated. Thank you so much. To everybody who watches me play drone, helps me out, thank you very much. Everybody who watches these YouTube videos, thank you very much for helping me out. Click all those YouTube buttons, like, share, subscribe. They all go a long way. We're up to almost 6,000 subscribers on this channel, and we're just ready to rock and roll, baby. I could by the end of this trip having 100K. I 100% believe it. Get a little plaque, get one of those YouTube plaques, put it right there. I'm manifesting this right now. So, yeah, I already have a buddy. My friend Ante is ready to watch Ollie for 2 months and just live in my house. So, that's pretty cool. All we need to do is take care of a few bills just to make sure they're paid, and that I can hit the road and not be just genuinely stressed out of my mind. And, yeah. There's so many comedy clubs in America. I'm ready to just go see him. And along the way, we'll kind of figure out where we're at and see who's playing where and reach out to him and see if it's possible. If not, just go catch some shows and meet some nice people, travel across the land. Fun. What a great start to the year. I mean, I remember I thought that was going to be the best year ever. Excuse me. And then it was January 7th, and I was riding my bicycle from the burrito shop back home, and it was a beach cruiser bicycle. And I remember this lady I was on Cable. I was on Voltaire, coming westbound from Cable to Bacon. If you know in Ocean Beach, then that will help out a lot. Anyway, this lady in a minivan goes around me on the double yellow lines in front of me, and then I'm still behind her and stuff, and then out of nowhere, no blinker, just makes a sharp right into a parking spot, crushing me between her and another car, ruining my bike and ruining my leg for a little bit. And I called the cops, and I remember I overheard her like, this like old 50-year-old Italian just piece of shit, and like, because here's what she said. He's like, and the cop went, well, I didn't smell any alcohol, and I don't think he seems to be on drugs. Like, how dare you throw me under your car and the bus, you wench? And that really upset me. So I ended up creaking all the way home. And then like 2 weeks later, I was talking to a lawyer, and they said, yeah, I'll probably get you like $100K for this. And the police report ended up being that it was my fault. It's always my fault when I get hit by a car. Sometimes it may have been, but not that time. That was just some genuine BS. That's all right. That's what it is. I hope she's doing all right. I forgive her. Because then, 2 months later, the whole world went to shreds. And that was a bit of a predicament. So we found ourselves in a pickle for a few years, but we got out because we learned to love. That's not in any way true, but compassion is something that we need to hold dear in our life. I'll be able to show that, because being kind to people who aren't kind to you will show more about you than it will about them. So keep that in mind when people do you dirty, because there's not always people that aren't. I had a friend tell me yesterday, like, there's no way to get everybody to you, man. And that's very true. So you have to kind of get over that sometimes and just realize, like, find people who care about you genuinely, and, like, let their opinions matter, not the ones of the people who are looking down on you or doubtful of you. And I think you can do whatever you want. So I like to believe that for myself, too. And I'm very condemning sometimes, where I'm mean to myself and I say you're an idiot or you're stupid or you can't do this, and I have to push past my own self to get these things done. But over the course of the last few years, we've done a lot of amazing things. Got the cover of a magazine, we made an album, we traveled the world. It's been pretty cool. I started doing stand-up, over 600 sets. That's some stand. I could be doing stand-up for 2 years, and I've done it like 6 times. I'd be like, I'm a comedian. But it's 600, that's work every single day, trying to get out there and figure this thing out. And, let's be funny, and be funny as consistently as you can, over and over and over again. I saw this clip again. I've seen it so many times, but Bill Burr was doing an interview with a lady, and she said, do you think women can be funny? And he's just like, yeah, just get out there, write your own stuff, your own show. And I believe, if I can quote him correctly, he said, if you're at the point where everybody after you is bombing because you killed so hard, then you just keep doing that and the right people notice. So I think I paraphrased it slightly. It's still a great sentiment, and it just has the value of, know your own self-worth, keep your head down, keep going, and work. Again, in that same segment, there was the Patrice O'Neal clip where the lady was talking about, some things you shouldn't be able to joke about. And the point is, you should be able to joke about anything you want, because everything has the potential to be made funny. And when you reach into the pool of unknown and you try to be funny, there's also the chance that it's not funny. But all the funny things you've ever heard in your life came from this weird of thought. And that's how it is, So sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But the only way to know is to keep pushing that limit and keep persevering and trying and seeing what the borderline is. Patrice said in a totally different segment, but like, great comedy is leaving half the room horrified and half the room in stitches. It's thought-provoking content. And when you have a true voice to your opinion, you stay relevant to it. And if you stay, you're always going to be you. So keep that up consistently, and you'll have an audience basis for life. And that's how it kind of works. But you just have to, in the beginning, it's really hard. This is hard. I'm working every day if I can, just to try to like make the ends meet. And I'm so grateful to have support of people on the internet and, you know, in my life that are like, keep doing it, man, keep it up. So thank you guys so much. And, you know, we just gotta keep on trying, keep on grinding, and we'll keep on putting these puzzle pieces together maybe, and then we'll actually have a fully put together puzzle one day. I have so many pieces. Just been gluing them together for years. Or Homer, when he puts that puzzle together, fits, so he just kind of clips the pieces out and puts it in, and that's not like on the box. Why doesn't mine look like that? Maybe that's the grill. I think I'm mixing up my Simpsons information right now. This shirt's so cool. It's got it done. Shout out to Homer. Yeah, and Matt Groening, who I've been saying groaning for years, so I know it's Groening because of the commentaries on the DVDs. Shout out to DVDs. They're the best. Yeah. No ad interruptions in my DVDs, except for the FBI warning. Not so shabby, if you ask me. And that pretty much does it. We're kind of out of information, and I sort of have to hit the road. So, yeah, tomorrow night we'll be at the Yellow Door downtown doing 10 minutes. Come by 8:30. That will be December 21st in San Diego at 8:30 p.m. downtown at 5th and Street. I think it's... I don't know my actual address. I think I have it on a piece of paper right here. Hold on. Oh, I do. 701 5th Avenue, 3rd floor, above Mr. Tempo. You know, I thought it was 701, but because the Madhouse is 801. Anyway, tomorrow night, 8:30. Catch you there. January 8th, I have a roast battle at the Comedy Store against Dayton Chapelier. Tickets that are available. Just look up Comedy Store La Jolla roast battle January 8th, and you can tickets. I could put a link to, but there's so many links in the bio. If you want to watch my new music video, there's a link down there for that, and very happy with that behind the scenes video I filmed with Bruce that I'll be dropping tomorrow. So a cool little video for my viewers. Appreciate you very much for tuning in. And yeah, February 25th, we're biking across America, so a crazy one. Please donate to the GoFundMe, and link is in bio. More videos to come, a lot of jokes, I'm sure. And we'll be working on getting booked at some comedy gigs along the way. So, yeah, that was pretty much it. We played some drums today. We hung out with the dog, some cats. We cleaned up the house a bit. We, you know, that's rock and roll. Now we're about to go and do a few jokes, then get some people home safe, and then maybe play a game of pool, and then pass out and do it all over again, because that's the name of the game. So thank you for tuning in to episode 86 of the Galactic Seabass Podcast with your host, me, Sebastian, a.k.a. Seabass, your host now, forever, and always. And I appreciate you very, very much for tuning into this video today. I want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas this season with your friends and family. Make the most of it. Cherish those memories. Take selfies, even if it's silly, because later on you can look back at them and just be like, wow, that was a good time. So thank you very much for being here today. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you for tuning into the Galactic Seabass channel, for all your support over the years. It means the world to me, and I just want to say thank you very much. And from my dog and my cat and myself, or Ollie, Andy, and myself, I would like to say thank you for tuning in to episode 86 of the Galactic Seabass Podcast. Happy holiday season once again. And thank you for tuning in. All support is genuinely appreciated. All the links are down below in the bio. If you're listening to this, it's on YouTube in the description. And thank you very, very much for tuning in, everybody. Lots of cool things to come. Say thank you once again for tuning in. As you know, I'm not that great with goodbyes. And just want to say thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys all rock on like this little dinger. And yeah, that's pretty much how we're going to end this one today. Thank you very much for tuning in to episode 86 of the Galactic Seabass Podcast. Almost forgot my own name there for a second. Just end the video, man. Okay. All right, we're getting there. I'm getting there. All right, I'm working on it. Nothing else on this piece of paper? Okay, that's it. Once again, big shout out to Vera for the TV. All the new movie reviews we're going to do in the future will be thanks to her. That's a plane overhead. Cheers to you guys. Rock and roll. Cheers to comedy. to life, to love, to happiness, and the pursuit thereof. Oh, man. We're a few days away from Jesus' birthdays. Happy early birthday, Jesus. And Merry Christmas to all of you guys. And I hope that you're able to spend the time in the manner that treats you most suitably to end this year off. Let's end this year off with a bang. We have more podcasts that we are going to be doing before the year is over. So where that takes place, when that takes place, I have no idea. But that will be episode 87. And you just watched episode 6 of the Galactic Seabass Podcast. My name's Sebastian. They call me C. Thank you very much for tuning in. Hit those buttons down below. All support's appreciated. And with that being said, have a happy holiday season. Merry Christmas. And I love you from the bottom of my heart. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Yeah. Merry Christmas. I'll see you guys next week. Rock and roll. This was episode 86 of the Galactic Seabass Podcast. My Sebastian, a.k.a. Seabass. Now I'll catch you guys next time. Best of luck in all your endeavors in this life. Have a happy holiday season. Rock and roll. And I love you very much. End transmission. Yeah. See you guys later.